This is my voice pre-T. This is my voice 6 weeks on T. This is my voice 2 months, 1 week on T. This is my voice 3 months on T. This is my voice 3.5 months on T. This is my voice 4 months on T. I'm Cairo, and this is my voice 4.5 months on T. This is Cairo. This is my voice 4 months, 3 weeks on T. This is Cairo. This is my voice 5 months, 1 week on T. This is my voice 7 months, 1 week on T. This is Cairo. This is my voice 8 months on T. This is Cairo. This is my voice 8 months, 3 weeks on T. This is my voice 9 months, 1 week on T. This is my voice 9.5 months on T. This is Cairo. This is my voice 9 months, 3 weeks on T. This is Cairo. This is my voice 10 months, 1 week on T. This is Cairo. This is my voice 10.5 months on T. This is Cairo. This is my voice 45 weeks on T. This is my voice 46 weeks on T. This is my voice 50 weeks on T. This is Cairo. This is my voice 1 year on T. Today is November 30th, 2022, and it is officially my 1 year on T. Alright, it's a couple days after. A few days after. But you get the point. So, time to record a 1 year on T video. Hopefully I'm looking at the camera. Oh, I was just looking at myself. But hopefully I'm looking at the camera now. So we're going to do a 1 year on T video. Excuse my voice. If you see another video and I got on the same thing, just know it was a good day to record. So, yeah. So I made notes. Been trying to make notes. So it can be a little bit organized. Hopefully this quality is okay. Whatever. Alright, so 1 year on T, we just gonna go through it, head to toe, inside and out, changes, and everything like that. So 1, my head has grown, and I really wish I had known, because I knew that I had a big head before, but, well, people said I had a big head before, whatever, but now I know I have a big head. And I got measuring tape here. It's a coincidence, but not really, because I was crocheting. So, let's see. We're going to say, do you see? Oh, yeah, it's grown at least 2 inches, because I know it was like 21. It was like 21 or something like that. Let's say 23.5. We'll take off a little bit for the do-rag, whatever, but yeah. So my head has grown at least 2 inches, something like that. So your head does get big. At least mine grew. And I know that for a fact because hats, I'm not talking about like stretchy hats like this. I'm not talking about like Scully's. I'm talking about like dad hats, fitted hats. Yeah, dad hats, fitted hats, which I don't even wear that many fitted hats anymore. But regardless, they fit like differently. And I think I said in another video when I went to go put on like a necklace I had made that wasn't like adjustable. It won't go past here anymore. I have to like redo it. So my head has grown. My hair texture is like different. I don't think I'm like at a point where I'm losing hair or anything like that, but the texture is like different. My texture typically is, well, my hair is different textures all over, but it's kind of like, it's never necessarily been coarse. So my hair is like coarse, the hair on my head, which is cut short now, but you still can tell. And before I cut it, it was just like, it was just horrendous. But my hair texture is coarse now. Of course, things did have changed. Excuse me. Of course, I'm gonna have to look at myself for stuff too. But facial hair, which you can clearly see now, so that's good. At least we can see it now. Cause I remember showing it in other videos, and you had to zoom in to see it, but you can see it clearly now. Like you can see it from the side now. And yeah, you can clearly see my facial hair now. So that's obviously that's changed, and all right here it's hair too, but it's that blonde stuff. So it's like hair right here. It's some little speckled dark hairs. My mustache still hasn't come in. I mean, it's there, but again, all of this is like blonde, and it's like the little pieces right here. So eventually, I'll have a mustache, and then I have blonde hairs under here. But I'm good because I have this, and I have this on the side. So I'm feeling that. My facial features. I noticed that my face has changed. I'm realizing I'm looking more like my brother and my father, and I don't even know how I'm looking like both of them together because whatever. Black people don't really say half siblings for real. But my brother is a half brother that I'm talking about, but he's just my brother. He's not from my father, so I don't know how that is. Whatever. They're both related, so somehow I'm feeling like I'm looking like my brother and my father more now or something. Maybe it's just because they're both males, bio males, so maybe that's just what it is. Whatever. Um, so yeah, my facial features have changed. I still look like my prior self, but at the same time I don't. It's like weird. But yeah. So facial features like my nose has changed. It's like I think it's like kind of wider now, but that could just be fat or something. The shape of my face has definitely changed. It's not as I noticed before. My cheeks are fat. They've been fat my whole life, but I noticed I had more of cheekbones before. I don't really have necessarily cheekbone, and then this will come out like skinnier. It's not like that anymore. It's just one shape, and then my head is actually shaped like a square. So I guess that's considered facial features, right? I don't know. Body shape, I'm more like squared off. This is everything complete after a year. My body is now shaped like more, I'm like straight up and down. And I didn't really have a womanly shape, so to speak. I didn't have like that hourglass, and I'm so glad I did not, though, because it would be harder for me to see what I'm trying to see for myself. So I'm sorry to those dudes that had like big hips and stuff like that. If that's a cause for your dysphoria, I'm sorry. So I'm just glad that I personally I didn't really have hips. I didn't really have an ass anyway. I got like a little bump now, which I like because it's more muscly. So I kind of like it. It's like muscly with my thighs getting bigger and my calves and stuff, which my legs were already like thick, and I like it because it looks more muscular. So that's just what I like. But yeah, my body is like more squared off. My shoulders were already broad, but they're more broad. I wish I could show you, but I mean maybe I'll insert the pictures I took before, but I think I look even different, more different than those pictures that I took before. Maybe I'll take some, but I just don't even want to show, you know, fucking sports bra and shit. I just don't want to be like, oh, look at this and just burn them. Anyway, let me see. For me, I've heard some people say that that's not the case for them. For me, um, being on T has changed my chest shape. It has not gotten rid of them. No, not at all. But it has changed the shape of them. It has flattened them out more. It's it's made them sit lower on my actual chest so that my pec muscles show more, like where I can, like, I'll still have to put forth effort. I don't know how to just do it how people do it and their pec muscles jump, but I can do it where, like, it's, it looks stupid. I probably look stupid. So what? But I can move my chest, and that's like my chest, my pec muscles, the muscles up here can move, and that's because my chest has moved down some. They flattened a bit. I guess that's what I'm saying. They're like more down this way where I can flatten them more. Whereas before they were more beefy, where they were sitting up a little bit higher. So that's how that area has changed. Body hair. I have a bunch of body hair now. Um, I went from like having nothing to a bunch. But of course the body hair came in before the facial hair. So like you can see on my arms, this is for my tennis elbow. Um, but you can see on my arms, I have a bunch of hair. I have hair on my legs, my back. My back is like, I just call myself like a werewolf at this point. Um, because my back is like hairy. Everybody knows about the ass hair. Um, to me, I still don't understand the concept of ass hair. Like, why do we need that much? My legs are like covered, which I really, really like that. It's just like one patch of, um, one spot on my leg, on my left leg. It just has like no hair, and I'm just like, what's up? But at any rate, yeah. All right, I'm gonna talk about bottom growth. All right, I know everybody doesn't necessarily like talking about that, but it is what it is. But it doesn't. It's not that hard. I'll go past it. Um, sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. For me, um, I don't think my bottom growth is growing anymore. At least right now, it's at a standstill. Um, it is what it is. It's there. We all know what it is. It's a little micro thing, whatever. It is what it is. It's grown, and now I think it's just at a standstill. Um, it's sensitive. I mean, I don't really know what else to say about that. It's grown. Um, but I don't. I at least haven't noticed. I haven't really paid attention to it, honestly. Um, at least if it has been growing, I just like I said, I haven't really given it much thought. I haven't paid attention to it. Um, I don't feel it if it's been growing. That's all I can say. Sorry, not sorry for the fact that it's a long video, but this is my 1 year. What you want me to do? I'm gonna talk. It's a 1 year video. I just sound real Baltimore for a second. But to be fair, all my videos kind of long. So okay, and I think lastly, for the outside, we can talk about acne. Um, I wish this was a little bit better, but you can see for the most part, you can see I have some acne. I mean, it's not that bad right now. Like this is a darker spot. Um, but acne is what it is. For the first maybe 6 to 7 months, so really it just started to like not be as bad. I have moments. It goes in like waves, but it was really really bad at one point. Um, and it was what it was. I mean, you get really oily, and acne comes, and we all know this is puberty too. Number two, not two, but puberty two, or second puberty, or whatever you want to call it. You got to go through it. I mean, maybe some people are fortunate enough to not experience it, but yeah, it's puberty. So you just kind of gotta hang in there, um, and try to find the right kind of. I don't even know. This doesn't even have anything to do with what I'm trying to say. You have to find the right, um, routine. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. You have to find the right routine for you and see what works. Because I figured out a routine that kind of slowed my process down. And as far as like the insecurity, as far as the acne, excuse me, I just kind of looked at it as I just tried to flip it and reframe my thinking. It's just like, well, I know when it's super, super bad. I know that obviously it's a hormonal thing. When it gets super bad, I know that more hair is about to come in. So that's how I looked at it. I was like, okay, more hair. So like right now, I'm breaking out more. That means more hair is coming, and I can tell. Like right here, even though you can't see it because the camera, no, it's not that great. But even though you can't see it, I see it, and I know like all right here is hair that you cannot see right now. But give me like another month or so, this is going to be more, it's more hair, or it's going to be darker because it's blonde right now with like little specks of dark hairs. Like this is going to be filled in right here. I'm going to be so happy when this gets right here. I don't know why, but just even pre-T, I'm sorry, I just went off on a tangent for a second. I'm going to. Um, Pre-T and stuff, I just always wanted hair like right here, just right here. And now I have like little blonde hairs just coming in right here. My nigga. Oh my goodness. But anyway, inside stuff, my mental, my attitude, stuff like that. Prior to T, um, I was very much concerned about my attitude changing. I didn't want to lose myself. I didn't want my personality to change. I was very much afraid of becoming like a mean person and all of that. And just in brief, to keep that brief, I'm trying not to curse, which is my normal personality. I curse a lot, but I'm trying not to curse so much for this video because everybody's not comfortable with that or whatever. I don't know. Um, but um, yeah, uh, I was very much concerned with that. But just to keep it brief, you're not gonna become somebody that you're not. So if you're not already an angry and mean person, T should not make you an angry and mean person. Yeah, so it's not gonna make you somebody that you're not. So it has not made me anybody that I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm just my band for my Apple Watch. Like, look, then broke me out and flared up eczema and stuff. So I'm trying to stay focused. All right. So it didn't make me anybody that I'm not. The only way that it's changed me is made me more assertive. So I'm less likely to um, allow somebody to overtalk me. I'm less likely to allow somebody to um, step on my neck. And I don't mean that, well, I do mean that, but I don't mean that in a way of somebody literally putting their foot on my neck. I mean, like, don't try to overtalk me. Don't try to disrespect me, especially in my transition. Don't do that. So I'm more assertive. I speak up for myself more. So, prior to T, even early in my transition, which this kind of changed early in my transition too. So it kind of like overlapped. Like early in the first few months, I started changing. Um, like I started letting people know, like, hey, and I know that's a hard thing for people to do, but like, hey, don't call me miss, don't call me ma'am. Like that's not who I am. That's not what I am. So I started letting people know early on, and now it's just I don't even think about it. I'm like, don't do that. Now I might not say it like that, but if I have to tell them more than once, then I will say it like that. So I'm not like rude or anything, but I do let people know. Whereas before, I would sit there and I would stew about it and be so upset after the fact because I didn't tell somebody that I don't want them to call me miss or ma'am or anything feminine. No, don't do that. Don't call me girl. Don't do all that. Now you can call me girl. You could do that. I don't mind girl, but that's a little bit different. But don't do that. You get what I'm saying. So that's how I am mentally. I'm just more I'm just more assertive, but I'm not a mean person. And I was already assertive with other things. I just wasn't assertive with that, you know. So that's how it changed me. As far as emotions, I know how some people say they weren't they they weren't able to cry on T, or they're not able to cry. That's not me. Um, but I will say I'm less likely to cry all day about something. Whereas before I could cry all day. I get upset about something, I'm gonna cry about it all day long. All day long. So turn up the curse. So annoying. Whereas now, if I get upset about something, I'm gonna be upset. Now, my emotions are not closed off, but I'm just not gonna cry about it all day. I might think about it for a little bit, but then I'm gonna be like, oh, so what's this over here? I might get I might get distracted and go do something else. I might come back to it later, but I'm not gonna stew on it. I'm not gonna cry about it all day. I'm not gonna yeah. So that's how my emotions have changed. Like so I can still cry on tea. I'm just not gonna cry all day about it. I don't have it in me to be crying all day about something. It has to be something like for real, like for real, for me to possibly cry all day. Now, that does not mean I do not suffer from depression. I do have that, but that's something totally different. That was already before. So, T has not changed. That hasn't been this miracle thing that stopped me from feeling or. Nah. So, I don't know. Some people, I don't know if they just come up with stuff, because I know I did that in the beginning. You just be looking for things to change, and some things, girl, no. Anyway, libido. Well, it is what it is, but it fluctuates. It goes up and down, up and down. Because sometimes it goes down, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And then other times it's like, dude, calm down. Like, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessarily high sometimes, and it's like, right now I'm single and I'm not trying to mingle. Like, I don't. Yeah, I don't just give myself away like that. Cause I'm a lady. No, I'm not. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm just. Yeah. So libido is still up, but like I said, it goes in waves. So it's not as hard as it was in the beginning. In the beginning, it was like a little kid, just like a little teenage boy that just wanna hump everything like a rabbit. I don't feel the need to do that anymore. I can control it better, and it goes in waves, like I said. So, like people have said in other videos, if you haven't seen it, just make sure you invest some money into some things so that you can handle things for yourself. Hopefully, you can read in between those lines that I laid out for you. Okay? Just make sure you just purchase things so that you can handle things for yourself. In case, I'm sorry if you saw that little spit. I got a little lisp, so spit comes out sometimes. Okay. Anyway, but make sure you just purchase some things so you can handle things on your own when you don't have nobody, or you're somebody not trying to give you what you need in life to. All right. Anyway, so almost about to wrap this up because this is a very long video. Um, Something that I've learned this last year. Um, I think something that I've really, really learned about myself this year is I really didn't like myself before. And I didn't anticipate that. I thought I really liked myself. And I'm not saying that I hated myself. I don't think I hated myself. I just think I didn't like myself. And I don't know if you can relate to that, if you understand that. But I just, it seems like the more I transition and the more I see myself, like my real self, the more I realize how much I didn't like myself before. Like I can look at myself in a mirror now for a long time. And I was gonna say a different word, but I was like, is that even a word? I was gonna say enumerous. I don't think that's a word, but I'm gonna use it anyway. Enumerous. Or is it this way? Enumerous. Whatever. I don't think that's a word. I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna put it down here. Enumerous. I don't think that's a word. But I can look at myself for a really long time now and I can just really look like I can look at myself. And not in a way like I'm like, oh, you look so good. I can do that too. But I can just really look at myself. Like really just get into it. Whereas before I couldn't just do that. Like I could glance at myself, I could look at myself, but I couldn't look at myself. I couldn't look into myself. And I didn't realize that until I started transitioning. So that's something I learned. Like I could look and I could be like, oh, you cute or something. But it wasn't like I would look at myself now and I'm like, yup, yup. And it doesn't matter like what anybody else is thinking. I'm sorry, my back. And it doesn't matter like what anybody else is thinking because I see me. And that's real shit. That's some real shit to realize that you didn't even like yourself. Like that's deep shit. So that's something like huge that I've learned. Um, what else have I learned? I've learned that people are just people and they're gonna people. So it doesn't matter how much you think that, someone is gonna support you, gonna have your back, how much they care, how much they love you. People are gonna people. And some people can only take you to a certain point. And I mean take you as in they can only handle you to a certain point. That's what I mean by take you. So they might be able to take, oh, you're gay or queer, or even as being a person who's transitioning. What I'm trying to say is, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say like because I know some people who transition, they don't consider themselves queer or gay. So that's what I'm saying. Just a person who's transitioning. So they might be able to be okay with you, but then once you transition, they're not okay with you. That's what I'm saying. So whether you're queer or you're cis, once you transition, what have you, that's what I mean. They can only deal with you up to a point. So once you transition, they can't deal with you anymore. They can't wrap their brains around it. And it doesn't matter who they are. That's the bigger picture I'm trying to get through to you. Doesn't matter who they are. And you just got to deal with it because people are just that. People. And they're gonna people. That's a big thing that I've learned. Um, so before I go into a whole another thing, I'll just leave that there. Um, but I could do a whole nother video on that. But and then I'll end it with maybe things I'm looking forward to as I continue to transition. What I'm looking forward to more facial hair. Hopefully, I'll still get it. Um, I'm looking forward to more facial hair. I'm looking forward to my voice changing more, which I believe it still is. So yeah, I didn't even list that. How did I not even list my voice? How did I not even list my voice? Clearly, now that I've said that, my voice has changed. How did I not even list that? My voice has changed. Um, you can hear it, but I would like it to change more because my voice wasn't. that high pitched to begin with, so I feel like it hasn't changed that much. Now, when I first wake up, that's the voice that I want always. When I first wake up, that's the voice that gives me such euphoria. Oh my goodness. So I'm looking forward to my voice changing more, and I hope that it does continue to change. I believe that it still is because I still have those moments where the voice cracks, and I know some people get embarrassed by it. I love it because I'm like, that means I'm still changing. It's still, I still have hope that my voice is changing every time I have that little crack or that little scratchiness in my throat. I'm like, yes. And I feel that vibration that, I just want to learn how to use it and not continue to try to speak in my higher voice, even though I know I can't even get it there anymore, which wasn't that high again, like I said, but I just want to learn how to use that vibration. I want to learn how to use the bass. I want to learn how to use it better. But the voice is definitely what I'm looking forward to. The facial hair is what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to just more of this. I'm just looking forward to it. Um, just more of what I'm going through. Like, looking forward to more of my transition. Oh, what I also didn't add is weight. Because I didn't even make that a main factor in my transition anyway. I actually lost weight during my transition. I know some guys, they gain weight. I actually lost weight. I started at, and if I'm wrong, I'll just put it in here. I believe when I started, I was like 244, I think. I could be wrong. But again, I'll put it in here. Well, now I'm 224. I don't care. I'm not a small person. Like, yeah. Um Being on T. I don't know if it was T or what, but I think it's a combination of being on T. I've changed the way I eat. I'm not diabetic anymore. Now I'm not saying this is all because of tea, but because it's not. Um, I changed my diet. I'm more active. I'm not like super active. Trust me. Trust me. The number one thing I do is sleep. Okay? I sleep. I have a world record in sleep. I have a gold medal in sleep. I sleep. But um well, when I can and I'm not dealing with insomnia and yeah. Anyway, that's another video for another time. At any rate, that's mental health stuff. Let me know if y'all want me to talk about, my few subscribers, which shout out to you and I appreciate you. If you want me to talk about things outside of tea, I will do it a little bit. Even though this is more focused on tea, I will talk about some things outside of it. Um, but yeah, I sleep, but I still am more active than I have been in the past, which allows me to lose weight. I've changed the way that I eat. I'm not snacking as much, different stuff like that. I can, say that has allowed me to be able to lose weight. And yeah, on that note, I'm very thankful for 1 year on T. Um, I'm excited to move forward and continue to count my weeks. Um, yeah, this is Cairo. This is my 1 year on T. I'm gonna wrap this video up, but thank you all for being here. Um, Again, this is my 1 year on T video. Um, and I'm gonna try. I can't guarantee it because, like I said, I prefer to record when I have like alone time and I know that I have time to record. But what I want to try to do is maybe incorporate shorter videos so that way I can do more videos. So let me know if you think that's a thing that I should try or what. I'll put it on a community page, I think. Um, But yeah, on that note, I'm gonna be out.